going to be my fourth and final Halloween look. I had a lot of fun making these Halloween looks, but I think this may be my favorite. Save the best for last, right? I just really love the way this came out. It's super girly, super fun. I was thinking of Candyman, and then I thought Candy Girl. You could totally make this into a Candy Princess with like a candy crown or something, and like do like a colorful tutu with candy on it. I just feel like you could have a lot of fun with this look. I originally got inspired by Desi Perkins with her drips of her ice cream tutorial, which was so bomb, by the way. Like, she just is so talented. It's crazy. And yeah, I got inspiration from that and just kind of ran with it. So this is what I came up with. I have like the candy on my chest, the drips, highlighter, glitter, just a lot going on, but I promise it's a lot easier than it looks. I know it looks pretty detailed, but it's really not as hard as it seems. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and yeah, let's get going. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be mapping out the drips with a white eyeliner pencil, and my best advice for this is just to go for it. Like, don't overthink it, just kind of go for it and create like an organic shape. If you overthink it, that's when you're gonna mess up. So I just kind of went for it, and this is what I came up with, and I was pretty happy with it. Then I'm taking a white face paint and a pink face paint from that CC's Beauty palette that I have mentioned before, and I am filling in the space. I'm basically just laying out the color, and then later on I'll go in and add all the details to make it look 3D and make it look more realistic. So now I'm just taking a random sponge and I'm going over the pink paint, and this is going to get rid of any texture, any clumps, any streaks, and it's just going to really smooth it out and also get rid of any excess products. This is a pretty oily paint if you use a lot of it, so you do want to take rid of, I cannot speak today, you do want to get rid of any excess products so it's not too oily. As you can see here, I was going to start on my eyes. I'm priming them, but I started off with more of a neutral look, and then I decided to just match this eye to the other eye that I'm going to be showing later on. So my eye will look different, and then I'm going to change it. So I'm not even going to really show this part because I end up changing it anyway. As you can see here, I'm enjoying my wine. When I do these looks, I usually do them late at night, and they're pretty time consuming, so you know, I wanted to have a little glass of wine. It's really relaxing to me to do these creative looks, and I actually had Hocus Pocus on in the background, which is like one of my favorite Halloween movies. Actually, that's not true. The Shining and all the original Halloween movies are my favorite, but anyways. Here I am just outlining the drips with white face paint, and it's kind of hard for me to explain this part, but basically wherever I add darkness, I'm going to add a highlight as well. So in order for these drips to pop, I wanted to outline them in the white. That's what's going to make them look 3D, and then I will go around them with a little bit of a darker pink shadow. This is just one of those things you have to play around with. And I went back and forth through the whole tutorial and added different details to make him look more realistic. So yeah, this is just one of those things you'll just have to play with.
Now I'm just adding some highlights to the face paint. I'm basically just taking a pink shade and then I'm setting everything because this paint is pretty oily like I had mentioned before, and then I'm taking a white face paint, a white eyeshadow, and I am highlighting using that sponge and just adding some highlighted areas to create depth. I feel like I said depth a million times already, but I'm going to be saying it a million times more, so get used to it. And here I'm just starting to add some pink shadow, and this is a darker version of the pink face paint that I use, and like I said before, I'm adding darker color. Whenever you add light, you want to add dark. Whenever you add dark, you want to add light. That's what's going to make it the most realistic. After applying that pink color with a fluffier brush, now I'm taking a more detailed brush and I am applying it closer to the white. Now as you can see, it's all really starting to come together and starting to look more like real drips. You also want to add more whites towards like the ball end of the drips, because if you think about a realistic drip, there is like a lighter area where it balls up. So if you really want to think about what a real drip would look like. So I'm adding more of the lighter color, light pink mixed in with a little bit of white towards the ends of the drips. This next step is what's really going to make the drips pop, and I'm taking a brown shade. You can use like a gray or something, but I wanted to use brown, and I'm putting this at the base of the white, and I'm especially making it darker and then fading it out, and I'm putting it in between the drips, and this is just what makes it pop out at you. I decided to make my eyebrows pink, and I just used the pink from the face painting palette. I felt like my brows needed to be incorporated somehow. I didn't like how they were just the usual brown, so I decided to make them pink. You can really have fun with your brows and make them whatever color you want, and if you really are looking to kind of tie the look together and it looks like something's missing, try coloring in your brows with whatever colors you use on your eyes or your face. It really just helps out. But anyways, I added a light pink shade into my crease from the 35C palette. By the way, a lot of the shadows that I'm using, once again, are from the 35C palette. I don't know. I love this palette. I use it in like almost every tutorial, I feel like. But it just works for me because it's all matte shadows, and I feel like they work a lot better with details than like a shimmery palette would, so that's why I use it. But anyways, I am actually using a MAC pigment here to really define my crease, and I was using Processed Magenta. I believe it's from one of their new collections, but it's just like a flat magenta color. And then I am taking this Revlon Photoready Eye Art, and I use that to carve out my crease. And now I'm using the lightest pink shade from the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and I'm applying that over the base to really create a nice opaque lid color and carve it out even more. The next step is I am taking that pigment that I use in my crease by MAC Processed Magenta, and I mixed it in with a mixing medium, and I use Stila's mixing medium that comes with the foiled eyeshadows, and I basically just made a little mixture and made it into an eyeliner formula, and I'm using that to create a very dramatic wing. If you're ever looking to like switch up your eyeliner or you want to do colored eyeliner, I would totally invest in a mixing medium such as like Inglott's Duraline, or you can use the little one that comes with the foiled eyeshadows by Stila, because you can create pretty much any color eyeliner as long as you have that Duraline. You can take any shadow, any pigment, and create it into like a liquid formula, and it's really fun to play around with. I really like it. But anyways, now I'm adding the silver from that Vice 2 palette in my inner corner just to brighten up the eyes, and I'm connecting it and kind of blending it in with the pink. Then you just want to take the pink colors and apply them on the lower lash line. And I'm using one of the darker pinks I used from the 35C palette. I think I also mixed it with the MAC pigment. And I'm just applying that right on the lower lash line. And then I'll be taking a lighter pink and blending that all out. And then I'm taking the darker pink from the 35C palette, and I'm basically contouring with it, and I'm applying it on my cheekbones, my temples, a little bit on my nose and chin, and then also my jawline. So yeah, I'm just using a pink color to contour, totally normal, super natural. No, I'm just kidding. It's really unnatural, but it looks really pretty. And then I'm applying a highlighter. I'm using the NYX Pigment. It's the Mega Pearl Pigment, I think in Pink Pearl. It's coming off more silver on camera, but it was more of a pink pearl highlight in person. But yeah, I don't know. The camera is picking up as a more silver, but I'm applying a lot of this, you guys. I really wanted to glow, so I applied a ton to my cupid's bow, my nose, and all the areas you would highlight with. And I'm even going to be applying it to my shoulders and basically my whole chest area. As you can see, I'm kind of sucking in like my collarbone area just to see where exactly I should shade it. And I'm just using that darker pink shade that I use on my face, and I'm putting it in the hollows. You don't even really have to do this part. I just did it just because, but yeah. And then I'm going to be highlighting like a lot with that same highlighter I used on my face. And I'm going to be highlighting my collarbones and my shoulders. And basically, you just want to keep highlighting till it shows up. I was doing it till it showed up a lot on camera, because a lot of times you can put a lot, but it won't really show up on camera. So I was trying to put a lot. But anyways, now I am going to be starting the little candy piece on my chest. I really love this because it almost looked like a bow tie. It looked really cute. But you can be creative with this part. You can use whatever color, whatever kind of candy you want. I'm just doing like a basic little circle candy with the two little sides that you pull on to open it. And I stayed with the pink theme because I figured everything else was pink at this point, so why change it? And yeah, I'm just going to fill this part in with the pink paints, and I'm using a mixture of darker and lighter pink shades. And yeah, I'll just let you watch this part, and then I'll come in a little bit later and talk about the details. I'm going back in with that sponge to smooth out any of the texture because it was a little streaky, so the sponge is just going to take away that streakiness. And I'm just going to continue filling the, I want to say bow tie, but the candy in. And then since it's all kind of one block of color, now I'm going to go in and redefine the piece of candy just so it looks more 3D. And I'm using a darker shade on the outer parts, and then fading that in, and then I'll be adding some highlights as well. Now I'm taking a white face paint and just adding a few more highlights. This is just going to kind of look like the wrapper was shining. So yeah, and then I'm going to be putting a little bit of a shimmering highlight, the same one that I used before, on top of that. I just felt like the shimmer just made it look kind of cute, and it looked really pretty when the light caught it. So after I was done defining the piece of candy, I decided that I was going to spray some paint on me, like splatter some paint. But the paints that I had just weren't really working out. I had this idea of having like specks of dark pink, purple, and a light pink all over. It just wasn't really working. I mean, you could see them a little bit. It wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to be though, but I still liked the way it looked. So this part is like totally optional. I decided to add some of that pink glitter that comes on the other side of that Revlon Photoready product that I used before, and I am applying it to the lower lash line. I was kind of disappointed in this product because there wasn't as much glitter in it as I would like. It's more liquidy and like just some glitter, but I mean, it did the job. So then I'm going to be lining my lips, and I'm using a lip liner by LA Girl. It's in the color dark purple, and yeah, I'm just going to be outlining my lips like I just said, and then I'm going to be applying a liquid lipstick by Stila. This is in the color Como, I think. Como, I don't know, but it's basically a purpley pink liquid lipstick. I really love the formula of these liquid lipsticks. They're really comfortable. And then I'm going to be adding a clear gloss on top. Actually, it's not clear. It does have a little bit of a blue iridescent to it. It's by Maybelline. It's their Color Shot. They have two. They have the clear one, and then they have this one. And it really complemented the purple lipstick really nicely. And then I'm going to be applying the highlighter in the center of my lips because I figured why not? It's everywhere else, so I might as well put it on my lips as well. And then after that, I'm going to be putting some glitter on my brows. The camera really didn't pick this up, but you could see it a little bit in the pictures. Honestly, I would just skip this step. It really didn't make that much of a difference. If you wanted to completely cover your brows in glitter, that would be really cool for this look. But I just did the pink with a little bit of glitter. And then I also added a little mole above my lip, a pink mole. I don't know. I just thought it looked really cute. And then I added some lashes. I used some pretty natural lashes because I didn't want the lashes to be like the focus of the look. I didn't want the lashes to take away from the eyeshadow because sometimes when you do dramatic looks, you think, let me put the most dramatic lashes I can on, but then you can't see your shadow. So I wanted to complement the look more than the lashes kind of take over, if that makes any sense. And now I'm just going through details and basically just seeing if there's anything I want to fix. And that's pretty much it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next tutorial. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl,